if I'm not mistaken, just yesterday. And we just, in terms of lessons learned, Heroic striking us as a team that are more than willing to take those gambles. So, you know, Yanko was talking about it on the desk. It is just part of their identity. You are going to see some real fruity CT setups once those guns are in their hand. They will take that space. They will keep you guessing. And Ego have already demonstrated that they can get lost at times. I'm seeing two very heavy investments into utility. Take a look at that, $700 spent by Fiku and Furlan. He's actually thrown some of that utility over to Furlan to enable one man to be the majority of this util. Where's that going, Chad? You got Molotov, you got a full kit for an outside smoke. Furlan's throwing it out early.
They like to do a bit of misdirection here, so they'll probably establish themselves, and then Fiku, I was going to say, might want to throw this one towards top heart, but that's back of the site here. So I think this is all of a ruse. They're coming in through main quite quickly here. stavn's heard all this.
Yeah, gets the info and immediate flank, and look how quick they come. Good react out of ultimate.
Everyone's dead. Well, yesterday their pistol round for Ego against Astralis ended up with them jumping around yard, right? And they kind of got lost out in that position. This time, it's been similar pathing, but in through main towards the top side. So I don't hate the idea here. The molly, I think the molly's misthrown. It's not meant to land on top of the bomb box. It's meant to land behind it to push Refresh into a wider angle. So that might be just a bit of a boo-boo in terms of the execution of that one for Ego, but this is not starting well whatsoever.
Oh,
now, when they did play against Astralis, they only managed, I think it was 8 rounds on the CT side, right? Which is, you're against Astralis, but then I continue that thought, and I'm like, oh, well, Heroic are Danish, and they're pretty good at Nuke as well. So maybe that has factored into this T-side choice too, but timing from cadiaN. Oh, the best.
He's let that slip.
He missed the bus.
He did, and now he's chasing after it into the very next round. stavn doesn't finish off anything that was started, and now with the whole squad down, this is the dream. You got,
the alligator.
Yeah, very scary. That was the reason I said, oh no, when I looked at the buy, and Refresh has even controlled their overcommitment, so they can't leave. He's making that very clear, though.
Refresh has made so many steps here. Is he trying to lull them back in? Fiku is the problem right now. He's coming out late as this linchpin. If he's able to find something, he can alleviate some pressure, but only
how dynamic they are, Chad. He's already disappeared. Like, Refresh was aware there's a timer for that return of Fiku.
You'd be wanting to push it with the shotgun if you're sjuush as well, right? You got this in your hand. You want to munch away. Let's see how many you get.
It's just that sound.
7 shells, right?
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, gets nothing.
Well, Tessus gets some very squishy teas to spray on down, and yeah, he can sit deep in the site now as time getting a bit set.
This is a kill. Refresh is not considering this.
Booked. Yeah, I would
him.
love a knife kill.
Knife him.
The cash.
They can win this round now.
And die to stavn. Up tucked in the vent, swinging out, and the multi-kill comes his way. Bomb delivered. I guess Ultimate's objective has changed.
They didn't need to rush that, though. They knew where... As soon as stavn gets the kill, they know that one player's lower and one player's upper. So they could have isolated a fight towards the lower bomb site together, right? So I think they just rushed the decision-making. Someone called up vent to top, let's go. And that's come back to bite them in the ass. But getting the knife kill is a good bit of fun right there. And we'll see them go down to what should be just another light pistol upgrade round. But yeah, sjuush is going to feel hard done by that. The alligator didn't profit him any kills right there.
Yeah, I thought Refresh is also going to feel a bit hard done by. Like, you had main, bro. You said you had main. He does win the round off the back of it, but a little bit of a master bait. Let's get back into it, round 3.
Yeah, no fun guns being brought out this time, just that SMG for Refresh again to roll on through, but everybody else with the M4s. So keeping players alive, name of the game, and Heroic were very keen to get stuck in with different fights. The desk highlighted on Vertigo where they did the mid push on the first gun round, right? I expect to see similar scenes here on Nuke, taking those fights, dictating the pace, really just making Ego feel that pain. Now, spam through the smoke, not landing anything just yet. Milky has been chipped on down early to about 10 points of health.
stavn loves this angle on Unbreakable. Especially when you're up against the lighter buy, you're going to get info at the bare minimum. Very hard D-wall shot to hit.
Oh, not going to peek off it.
And you can see the setup. Oh, what are you cooking up? Oh, he's just got it so ironed out. Nothing they can do. cadiaN takes 3 on the spray. Furlan with a Glock, the last to fall. And no one going down from Heroic, so they are going to build a lovely stack of cash. Scrooge McDuck taking a little dive into round 4.
One of the issues yesterday for Ego against Astralis was the fact that on the CT side, as we mentioned, they were able to get 8 rounds, but on the T side, they were only able to pick up 1. So this is an opportunity for them to do better than that. And obviously, we're setting the bar very low. They lost the pistol. They lost the conversions. They only were able to squeeze 1 round, 5 rounds into that second half. So this is where we need to see a little bit more. Now, Ultimate does have his AWP. A little bit harder to activate here, especially if the CTs stay tuck-tailed. Smokes have landed.
Have they?
There's a gap here, but
on the fly.
They can just underarm this one and go. Oh, 2 up through Secret. I guess don't worry about Secret. Everyone's just going to die here, aren't they?
Yeah, they look really, really lost. Great one, but they're not going to assume a seconds here. There's no way you're assuming a seconds here. It's the easiest of the doubles, and Heroic is schooling these boys now.
Yep.
Like, absolutely taking them to class, sitting them down, putting a pen in their hand, and teaching them a thing or two.
This is one of the problems, right? If you're going up against a team who's doing something a little bit different, always outside of the box. Remember what was happening yesterday? Config was like pushing Lobby up the ladder behind them and everything. Right? It means that you can't just run standard rounds, which is why if Ago want to go for something a bit quicker and a bit more direct, then you just have to be aware when you're doing that. Even if you kill the yard guy, or maybe you do a fast top and you get the entry onto the main player, there's still going to be so many more players to find. Fiku up over. Was noisy on that jump. Nice shot. Great on the second, Fiku.
Wow, what a way to dig himself out of trouble. Can he possibly find the clutch? He has no idea where cadiaN is, but it's a safe assumption he's probably pretty close. He's worried about Secret. Bomb picked up. He's going to walk straight through. Oh, and that's it.
Great aim, though.
Really good aim. Fiku constantly gives us little glimmers of hope and even converting some of those rounds earlier on in the tournament. There he is on your screen now. Good stuff from Fiku, just doesn't manage to put it across the line. But the way this started, I mean, like, as you were saying, it's just exploiting your expectations. Like, you've played a lot of competitive Counter-Strike, and when you kill Secret, you don't expect a second immediately.
Not that quick.
Not that quick. It's not like they had the information to send to Secret immediately. That was just a call made by Heroic off spawn.
But I love it because this is where you know that cadiaN, like when we think of in-game leaders, we mainly think of T side and calling out the mid rounds. This is where cadiaN does that work on the CT side too. He's saying, all right, boys, let's do this. We're going to do this push. We're going to react like this. And he's going to just spam a USP and grab one through the smoke, right? And I love that because the CT side, it can be a lot of fun to play, right? You watch Gambit, they're pretty default heavy on T and CT sides, and they do it by the book. They'll wait at the utility. They'll be risk averse. But Heroic, they'll take a lot of risks. And when it pays off, it looks bloody genius. Now, another 4v5 number advantage here early. This time, no opportunities for trades back. The natives down perfect. Bonk.
Bonk. Bing. Bang.
It's onomatopoeia for everybody.
It is onomatopoeia. Bonk is definitely feels like an onomatopoeic one. Bonk. Kind of hear it, feel it. Little metal bat. Bonk.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. In softball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just hit it. Bonk. What else have we got? I'd argue that...
Oh, woof is onomatopoeia.
Woof?
Yeah.
Like a dog's bark?
Yeah.
Woof. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, yeah. I watched a video of a dog with the most articulate woof. It really sounded like he was hitting the W.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you after.
Good pronunciation.
Like a husky with great pronunciation. What about smash? No, not really. Crack? Crack. Gets himself an AWP for a moment.
What about oops?
Arguable.
Yeah. Yeah, where would it even fit in?
Yeah. What sound does an oops
No,
make?
I don't think oops is.
No.
If you're an English teacher out there...
Why don't we just open up our chat? Because I don't even know how many people have been educated on onomatopoeias. You know, we might have a couple.
Well, if they haven't been, they should be.
Well, they probably are on that. They're up to speed now, right? It makes sense. If it sounds... If the word itself was saying it sounds like an embodiment of what it represents.
The definition. The definition. Right.
Like, for example, the one I remember from school, year 6, was zoom. We had it on the wall.
Zoom, yeah.
It added extra O's and made it look like a car.
Yep.
Zoom, because it sounds like it is.
This is the official definition.
Yeah.
The formation of a word from a sound associated with what is named.
Yeah, so, okay.
E.g. cuckoo or sizzle.
Sizzle. Sizzle. Because it kind of sizzles. The word itself sizzles.
Indeed.
Wow, sorry if you just joined us. I know we're weird. But so are Heroic, as they really are going to build up this wall.
Yeah, cadiaN says you shall not pass. He's down towards the back vent there with the AWP, so a great line to take a shot and dip on back if required here. continuing to smoke off Squeaky. That's one avenue of aggression that has been denied for Ago, as they still have a bunch of utility left on over. 2 smokes, a bunch of mollies and flash bangs if they want to go for a top hit. You can molly top heart, you can get the molly towards the back of the bomb box, which was a miss last time round, and smoke off main, away you go. And as they sit, they posture, they wait, they will have to deal with 2 players towards top, sjuush and refresh. stavn, cadiaN both removed from the pack, and Tessa's is playing ramp right now, so Lehman, I'm just gonna line something up here.
That's a little tutorial, will you, Lehman?
That's a top heart one, and Ultimate is lining up the back sight one from the simple position. Well-timed smoke there from cadiaN. They're going to have to push through this, I think, Alex.
He wants the vent highlight, and oh, this is so mean. The T-side pick, though, Chad.
Not working great early, right? It hasn't gone swimmingly.
It hasn't gone terrifically.
Actually, it's not going at all right now.
Here we go.
Consolation kill there for Ultimate. Just Lehman up on the silo. You know what the Americans would call it for a while? They'd call it Twinkie.
Twinkie.
Because I think that the Twinkies are yellow, and in Source, it used to be yellow. I'm reminiscing a bit about Source at the moment. It's crazy how many different versions of these maps I've played. And I know that I'm a boomer, I get it, everybody, but I have played so many different variations of these maps through the last 16 years of my life. It is actually absurd.
The old secret entrance, which was like on the other side of warehouse.
Yes, you have to cross the gauntlet.
That must have changed the...
Oh yeah, the entire map.
That must have been so weird.
It was so CT-sided before. 12-3 or 13-2 halves, that was par for the course.
Yeah.
Right? I get people now complaining about CT-sided metas and the scoreline is 9-6 at a lot of them. I'm like, geez, you guys have absolutely no idea what you were talking about. Train used to be the same as well. And then there was like back in 1.6, I think it was the Golden 5 boys who ended up like being able to break really good set util coming out main, flying off ladders. Actually, to be fair, they had Neo.
Yeah.
Neo in 1.6 was a god. Like, that is not hyperbole. He was an absolute monster in 1.6.
I love that Neo comes to the forefront of your mind when you mentioned ladders.
Oh yeah, his movement.
Yeah, his movement. Like Neo on train, I've watched the highlights. My goodness, so worth the trip. And Lehman's given us an opening pick.
All right, that's a change. Come on, Lehman.
Knife out, or down, round. Just as the wall of smokes was blooming, it got scary for a second, and it seems like Ago are just kind of tripping over their shoelaces at this point.
They need your chant, Alex.
Yeah. Hey, oh, hey, go, let's go.
Oh, sorry, there was another verse?
There's 2 verses. Okay. I developed it today, actually.
Okay, well, the first verse got him a kill.
Did.
Give us the second verse.
Second verse is, let's go. Hey, go.
Okay, I like it.
Oh, you know, it's got variation.
Yeah, I like it.
Everyone sings along. I'm going to start it in Cano next year.
If they're there.
When they're there.
When they're there.
Oh, it's a when, not an if.
Oh, there's a but in this round.
Is it a big one?
I cannot lie.
Viku's been spotted. Refresh gets the info on the cross back, and yeah, this could very well go wrong, but Furlan decides he wants the round. He's got Decon to be responsible of. The Orc not too threatening.
Done it!
And they have indeed. The chant, Chad,
it works. The powers.
Through the caster curse, we've got the chanting curse. We can encourage and entice rounds out of Ago.
I'm sure they heard it 2 floors below us. They could feel it.
Yeah.
They knew that there was someone there waiting in the wings ready to G him up. G him up. Yeah, sometimes...
Let's go, Ago.
That one's a moving machinery,
We've done that one.
Risk of trapped hands. Yeah, those signs always scared me a little bit. Now, the money not great for everybody over there. Just one man. sjuush is light on. He can get a drop. Nice shot from Fiku. If we're going to put a star label on anybody in Ago, I think it has to be Fiku. And Furlan with his first 2 mandatory kills to get them across the board. 6-1. Back underway we go. And another round consecutive from Ago could break the bank of the Danes. Laying up some smoke walls this time. I think that round started with an opener and then cadiaN getting 2 back. So fell apart quickly for Heroic. Ramp crawl, cadiaN's AWP. Gaps in the smoke here. That's been highlighted a couple times. Flashes top, all a fake. Refresh still standing, and here comes Tessa. It's not ready for this, but Ultimate swings into it.
Yeah, this is still hot water for Ago if cadiaN doesn't choose to back up. At any point on his own time, he can choose to re-aggress into lobby. Milky parked on red. Look, could be an NF finish. stavn looking for answers out yard, and Heroic may not spot a thing upon stavn's clear.
So it would be a 2v4 on top side if they were to initiate this. Again, stavn and cadiaN removed from the pack.
But the heroic multi-kills, they just seem to be becoming way too easy in this game. Like, if you can just get a trade now, and they have, if you can find sjuush as well, you're set for the round.
No, he has to be here.
This is the multi-kill I'm scared of, and it comes through from sjuush. Now cadiaN, info and flanking. Milky has taken down that defender, but where's cadiaN? They're looking heaven. No, no, not another one of these.
He's not going to clear his vent because of the sound cue. cadiaN's dead. Dead to right. See you later. Baited on in by the pickup of the bomb right there, and they'll get their second consecutive. Money broken for Heroic, and great stuff from Ago.
It happens to the pros too. You hear one of the two, and your brain just cannot fathom that there could be one close on your corners. There are a couple of exceptions to that. You know, for example, the new generation who are getting there, clearing every corner just through that unconscious muscle memory.
Yeah, this one here, right, the difference maker from last time when they tried the top pop is cadiaN was in the vent and smoked off Squeaky as they were executing. This time it was just the fight from Refresh in the open. So one and done, but a very good round. And look at this buy. They've dropped down fours. cadiaN and Refresh with one apiece. Ultimate's taken down stavn and Ferland in the vent with a knife in his hand. All right, this is audacious.
Hello, good to see Ago stringing together potentially 3.
And this is a huge one because this is a force buy from Heroic. I thought they were going to go for a save. They fully invested everything here.
Yeah, and never mind that, with the opening pick and Ferland already down the vent. It's like they've got so many pieces. They could even flank cadiaN if Ferland wanted to activate, but they're just, oh no, why does it feel like they're going to run in and the molly to peek over? They're not going to be looking. The multi-kill. cadiaN, he unloads his mag and 3 bodies drop. That's the only M4 that's close to the fight. Ferland late. Fiku from the other side. They can try and recover this, but
You're not accounting for Tessus here.
That's the threat.
If they wait for Ferland, Ferland should get cadiaN for free and might see Tessus as well. There it is. He does see him.
Fiku's responsibility. Nice from Ferland. It's out main, though. Refresh. No idea. Why did he look that way, actually? Yeah, he knows Fiku was yard. Worked it out. His teammates have told him. And info. Fiku is a threat. Hits the first couple of bullets, and here comes the silo flank. Down, secret, spotted.
Thing is for sure, he has the swag 7, so had to operate with the USP there. So it would have been difficult regardless here. Fiku, time for this. 30 seconds now.
Oh, lovely from Refresh. Just chooses to take the fight, not letting him set up for a plant. But a close one, but Ago, yeah, these multi-kills, if they weren't losing so many bodies on every single these one-man engagements, there's a great one from cadiaN. No one looking because that flames are down, you know, it's just one of those another one of those heroic cheeky maneuvers.
Yeah, that was well done, though, by cadiaN. That's a round-winning maneuver. And Ferland has done a lot here to try and bring this one back. You can see Tessus there just caught off guard by that play as well. And they can buy back in here, Ago. Ultimate's going to get his AWP. Everybody else is the AKs. And the money's still a little bit brittle right now for Heroic. So if Ago can bounce back immediately, grab another, it'll be another hodgepodge buy from Heroic going forward. Smoke wall, this time round going to bloom and cover on off. A molly of the same, a flash, mind you, not a molly. cadiaN not sure what he wanted to throw.
The right call to throw the flash first, and now incendiary up, and Milky is through. Ultimate pre-aiming that. Nice play. Not going to let that happen again.
Yeah, same trick twice in a row. Ain't going to pay off this time, Tessus, so trying his luck, and a very trying time for Heroic here. They have to batten down the hatches in a 4-on-5. They've foregone what looks like a lot of ramp control here to turn more attention towards yard. Nobody is dealing with that play right now. Refresh down the vent could and probably will. So this makes topside a little bit more susceptible here. I don't think cadiaN spotted him here, so Milky with a lot of room.
Oh, great. Great find, sjuush. Just constantly keeping tabs on so many different open avenues, and one by one they walk into the crosshairs. Ultimate was out yard, and now they've lost their potency in that prong.
Still nobody really top. It's just stavn to deal with this from main. So if they all walk out heart, or 2 out Squeaky, 1 out heart, it still could work here, especially with stavn not hitting the shot.
Perfect. Okay, now this has been punished. Heroic giving topside up with 1-man hold. Through hut is sjuush. Oh, back to turn. Leeman's dead. And the bomb's not planted. That's come way too easy. Fiku, another nasty clutch scenario. He's got Refresh swinging in from main, and great. But wall banged all the same. Fiku's quick. sjuush throw another 3-piece.
He might be one for the future, Fiku. Yeah. He truly might be one for the future. I really like what I'm seeing from him mechanically speaking. He seems to have a good head on the shoulders as well. This is Ultimate finding Tessus, trying that. Oh, there it is. Just a little glimpse right there. Good replay from our boy Max.
Cool. Yeah, Max is on it.
And now this is great because sjuush gets the kill towards lockers and then cadiaN takes that spot. So if you're Ultimate, you're expecting to get a duel that might favor you and you just walk into cadiaN's AWP. So that one is going to sting a bit. And sjuush might be quickly becoming one of the most annoying players to have to go up against. You know, we have a couple of names in that mix. You have a Hampus in there, right? But sjuush is just so annoying on all these lurks. See you later.
That's great. stavn's main and Refresh is bodyguarding nicely. Looks like even Tessus hasn't had any issues in ramp.
Just with a 5-7 as well. Not even doing it with a rifle.
Oh, they're taking the mickey. They are taking the piss. It's just Ultimate. Finishes it off, but one's already slipped his angle. And it's a quick react, but...
Well, the splits there.
Yeah, it is.
Bit of flexibility.
Just how close are you?
Haven't had that flexibility in years. Actually, I've probably never had that flexibility. My coccyx is still hurting from the fall off the skateboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's, guys, when you get old and you think you're going to try something fun and new, maybe just don't. Just
no, Chad, that's terrible messaging.
Couch.
That's terrible messaging. It's not, he doesn't mean it.
Just age out. Just age out.
No.
Never try anything new.
Absolutely the opposite. Perception is reality, Chad. If you believe you're old, you're going to feel old.
Yeah, I want to get back in the water, though, right? So Malta soon.
Have a dip.
Swimming. Nowhere to surf, but I can have a paddle.
Yeah, get a little paddle board.
You need good balance for that. The skateboarding has taught me anything, but I can't hurt myself as much, right? So,
unless there was some sort of like Maltese great white.
Or I drowned.
So as you can tell, Chad's in a really good, positive frame of mind, everyone. The pain.
I'm a strong swimmer. I'm not worried about that. Don't worry, it's all good. All right, well, here we go. 9-2. Good afternoon to you. stavn, aggressive. They're being very...
Cuckoo. They are being mean.
Being so mean.
Yeah, and it's just the...
Schoolyard bullies right now. Heroic.
I swear, how frustrating is it when you're playing and constantly being shot in the back of the
Just
head?
always push, never respected.
Yeah, and you just don't get to play, like you're sitting there talking about the round and then you end up interrupting the conversation with...
One push ramp.
Push ramp. Yeah, it's 2 yard this time.
Then you're trying to mid-round. You don't know what space you do and don't have. You got two boys hanging out on an aircon vent, though. This is a bit from Ocean's 12, I believe. That's... I can't even think of the actors' names. Brad Pitt and the other guy, Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Jason Bourne, though.
Jason Bourne. He could be used right now as special agent required for Ago. Yard clear. stavn alerts the troops. Nothing here. Top site you should fear.
We're here. We're queer. We're coming to the top side. Lehman throwing in a nade or two.
Vent drop smoke.
It would be cool. It's actually Ultimate that's trying his luck. And, oh, Refresh is hitting. Oh, God,
Look at all
two of them.
Damage.
Two of them, and then it just falls apart. Nice find. It's still a 2v2. But they're not going to be able to get the plant. It's so brutal. You can see, like, Ultimate... He's in a horrible scenario now with 8 seconds left. They're dancing with him on the ladder, distracting him with one sound cube and punishing him with the other. At least it wasn't after time. But it is 10 for Heroic. And I think, yeah, the sentiment...
They're having fun.
remains.
They're smiling. They're having a good time. At least one of the teams in the server right now is. Ah, dear. It does suck to see it go down this way for Ago because they've been promising each and every day. And now this is one of the... Well, I think this would be the toughest opponent based on the whole Na'Vi factor. With the stand-in of Headtrick. Now, Headtrick did tweet and say that Boomich is back today. So, Glaive yesterday said it. Headtrick, the player who has been standing in for Boomich, said it. I think, at this point, it might even be happening.
Are you telling me Boomich is back?
Lord Boomich in the building. Now, is Lord Boomich, like, a lord from the olden days? Or is he a lord, like, a religious man?
Oh, no, he's from the olden days.
The olden days.
Yeah, Lord. It means he has some land somewhere.
Okay.
You know you can actually buy a lordship. They just sell you like 1 square meter.
Oh. A shot. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could put Lord Birchall on all of your forms.
That'd be nice.
Would you be a lord?
No.
Fiku?
Too many targets.
Too much.
Just too many targets. But
Way
look at the
too
damage.
much on his plate. Looking for these no-scopes. Yeah, Milky could have a real highlight. He won't.
Oh, Lehman has the AK.
Cyclone. Gonna give it everything he's got. Alongside with the ride is Lehman. Oh, another slip the net.
Low HP though, on top hot now. There's a chance.
Rounds for this.
This is a kill. This is a kill. Oh. They can win this round. This could be the third right here from Ego, 2v2.
Smoke down. Heaven is the fight, and already Lehman's been humbled. They're so low on Heaven. stavn has to respect it, and the bomb now planted, so good stuff. Ultimate's gonna have to do a lot with their stavn coming around the world.
The no one was main and the no stavn was Heaven, so this is a really good play from him. Tassus was baiting with the bullets. Now Tassus is coming through the Heaven position. stavn needs to activate first. It feels like stavn could show some leg, but are they even going for this? Might be too late now. Yeah, getting a bit tricky with it. Ultimate sealed the deal right there. Tassus won't have time to defuse. You can see the frustration on the spam, and that's going to be the third round for Ego right now. So really good stuff to pull this one out. That's what happens if you're heroic and you keep on pushing, you keep on picking. You will eventually get punished, and they do. Now, and their money's not great, right? They have actually been sustaining a lot of deaths throughout these rounds. The last 4 rounds that they won consecutively, 2 players alive was the most they had to boast. And because of these fun and games that they've been having, they now find themselves in a position with another 4 spy. And that means that if Ego win this one, it's going to be a 4 spy into the final round of play with only 1900. So a real opportunity for a 10-5 here.
You take a 10-5. They'll bite your hand off for a 10-5, considering how this one started. We've had runs from Heroic 6-0. 10-2.
It's already much better than what they did against Astralis, right? 1 T-side round, they've already gotten 3, and if they can get that 5, it's going to be fantastic. They need this.
Oh, wow. How does Refresh's 5-7 look like a rifle? Lehman's up. That's the rifle from stavn, though, and it needs more. They have to clear sjuush. They cannot be allowed to get another. He nearly gets 2. It's Ultimate and Fiku, though. They can and will make this competitive. And as I say that, Refresh flies up the ladder. They're not giving him a moment's respite. A second up the ladder. Fiku was not ready, and who would be? 2 flying up the ladder. The Refresh 5-7. It's all just a bit unfair.
Yep, okay, well, crisis averted there as far as Heroic's bank goes. 11 now secured. A buy will be possible here from Ego, and it has to be. It's the final round of play in this first half. Galil's likely to supplement where AKs can't be bought. And this is, yeah, just so annoying. Just up the vent, a second player. There's no way, as you're mentioning, that this is considered. And Tassus is just being naughty. He's done that to them twice. He was the player down towards Secret that acted, well, he was the one getting baited in. Here we go, fast.
Very fast, and Furlan's cut down through the utility and spray. And Tassus already fighting Trophy. They are just not letting Ego play at all. And they're just going to be so dynamic. You can see these dots moving around in the top left of your screen, just constantly repositioning, reshaping. And now, if you want to walk through main as it fades, you've got to walk through cadiaN's orb. Oh, Refresher's caught the Hupler push as well, so this ends drearily, for lack of a better term. Ultimate doesn't even get to walk through or see his opponents before he does get cut down to 37. Nice adjustment. Only 4 more required. With 37 HP, and I reckon stavn probably has Smoko vision. Yep, spots him, eliminates him, 12-3. Heroic flying through this first series of the day. More Counter-Strike to come, including the second half of this one. Don't go too far. Did not quite go to plan for Rego. They leave, or rather venture into our second half of our second map of our first game today with 3 rounds, 3 and a compulsory pistol ahead, Chad.
And Abhinav has tweeted and said, "Yo, Sponge, Machine, why does Heroic start on the CT side when they were the one who picked Nuke?" Well, my friend, it's because Ago decided to start on that T side, and it hasn't gone too well for them, has it?
Oh, you fool, Chad. This is all part of their grand master plan. 1xBet don't know about it either. Refresh dumping util, and this could go to one of 2 ways. Lee, man, you got a lot with that armored duel. He's on your plate. Molotov doesn't burn him, but they're just going to fly down this vent, and the entire squad has got the lower sight.
Well, that is quite easy, isn't it? Nobody's down here. Bomb will go down. They can scale up towards ramp. Milky, they're coming.
Gives me the shivers, Chad. Gives me the shivers. Oh, okay.
Shiver me timbers.
I'm sorry, I'm not play-by-playing this. It's just because they are so quickly into this round, it looks like Heroic have already won it.
Yeah, I'd say they have. A 3v5 retake on the B bomb site. Bomb halfway gone. And another player dead. So we will call this 13 rounds as they continue to pepper away with the Glocks at range. sjuush will find the final kill. Fiku with 1 on the way out the door, and the Julies will be picked on up. Now, that strat was perfect, right? They smoked heaven, they smoked main, they mollied top heart so Lehman couldn't stop them from going down the vent. I think they flashed behind CT vent, and then they all just dipped on down the fireman pole.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, the molly specifically gives Lehman safety on the hut side. So he's sitting there, obviously thinks he's found himself a lovely nugget, but it means he has no vision on the 4-man descent vent. Well, it was a compulsory pistol. Now it's miserable. They're going to be rocking and rolling with what they can find. They've looked under the sofa cushions and come up with some sidearms. They're doing it again. Oh, punishment, a little damage from Fiku, but they're already down. Let's see the rotates now. They're just going to basically test the Ago rotates and
they're all dead.
From test to test.
Yeah, I want to talk about that quick molly that was thrown there. That's different from the one in the previous round, right? At least maybe not in the nature of how it was thrown, but in when it was thrown. If you are doing a top rush, right, and you're throwing that fast molly, you all need to know this at home. If somebody says, "How molly hut fast, let's do a rush," you need to know that that molly can't cover all of hut. The set molly can. The one that's fast, you fly up the T roof ladder, you have the windows broken, and you throw that bad boy up, and it's going to bank off the top of the windows and drop down on top of the hut. And it can spill and cover over towards Tetris too, but it's not going to get you all of the hut there. And, well, that's Force by done. This should be 15. Now, guys, if you want to get any more social media interaction, get it through now for Alex and I. Hashtag ESL Pro League. We are only casting 1 today. You've got Sedekist and Moses coming up next for the North American Derby. That'll be going down between Complexity and EG. And then the final game of the day, an absolute banger, Astralis taking on Na'Vi. That'll be a great game.
A lot of fun, especially upon Boomich joining the Na'Vi roster. Again, it's going to be fun to have the 4 rosters battling out.
And then tomorrow, I assume it'll be very likely that they cover off on Na'Vi versus Heroic, which should be another good game. And then we'll be back on Tuesday to commence the round of 12 for the playoffs. So,
get me there, please. Very excited to see that quality of competition.
See teams like Furious starting to head back now as well. So Gary with some stuff on his social media about returning. They only went home for all of, what, a week and a bit?
I was surprised they went.
Yeah.
But I suppose, you know, when you've got a long, big calendar year ahead of you, you take the home time you can get.
I assume if you qualify at the RMR, then you stay in Europe and boot camp for the major, which will only be like 2.5 weeks away. So you're probably here for the playoff week, the RMR week, then 2 more weeks in between, then the major, which can go for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they're going to be here for maybe 5 weeks straight. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. And I think it was the Brazilian version of Valentine's Day at the same time.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Is this the last round, Alex?
I'm afraid so, Chad. Here it comes.
Spin me a yarn.
I'll spin you a yarn. I'll even spin you a thick one. We have the smoke that once again has facilitated descent. No one's going just yet. Bomb could pop. Top bomb on Tessus. There's a couple of bits of chip damage have been found. A refresh is sweeping through for a late silo and yard clear. It's all about the angle on red here. Nothing to report. They return outside. So after all of that posturing, smoke count good for a wall of smoke. sjuush, in fact, throwing his to someone else. They have ultimate here and a nice aggressive red position from Furlan. Maybe this is going to be that bad info. Well, they're well aware it's possible, though.
Yeah, they still think it's away. You can see the jiggles here.
Yeah. Oh, Oh, Furlan spots bomb and suddenly realizes that they're in the right place this whole time. Ultimate to punish. Oh! Refresh. Okay, he's decided this is the last round of play. Takes the AWP out. And Furlan for good measure. That was quite the shot.
They could just go back to top now. They've still got smokes to make this available. That looks like it's going to land in front of the vent again. So if they want to drop on down, there's another top hut smoke coming their way. Might be the correct avenue.
Heroic are good, man. Very, very well drilled.
24 seconds though, Alex.
The only way in which this does go wrong is the time. You're right. There's a two-man advantage for them. Milky is going to be there to receive the potential for ramp.
15.
Is the bomb down? It is now. cadiaN tagged up, but the bomb to be planted by Refresh. Oh, they can't get through him. Tessus has posted it, and Ago with a meager 3 to celebrate. Fiku has impressed us, definitely one for the future, as this individual consistently flips the script over the course of these 4 days of play.
Very noisy here, right? And look at cadiaN. He hasn't just gone and played from ramp. He's actually going to come down the vent here to be the sleeper cell.
And that'll do. That'll do nicely. Heroic sailing through their last series and looking good for it. We're going to be seeing them, of course, back tomorrow, but that's enough to secure it. Ago down. Ago out. We are too. We'll catch you guys over towards the round of 12. Looking forward.